Hey everyone! So as you can see, I'm not in the garden right now. We are going on a little neighborhood nature walk adventure today. So because we're not going to be in the garden, I'm going to keep my mask on to stay safe and keep others safe. And let's go. I want to look at plant parts. So let's see what different plant parts we can look at around our neighborhood. I have my first plant here that I want to show you. This is a pumpkin. And this one has a carving in it. So what part of the plant is our pumpkin? And also, what's this? So when I'm walking down my street and exploring nature, the first thing that I always notice is our trees. A lot of our streets have trees along them. Let's go see the plant parts we can see on a tree. Here is our first tree I want to look at. What plant parts can you see on this tree? I know we've talked about these ones up here, but what is this? I know that these are leaves because we've talked about them. There are many of them on this tree, and right now they're still green. But what is this part called? I know it's not the roots because it's not in the ground and it's just one big long piece. I know it's not a flower and I know it's not a fruit. So what does that make this part? They still have some flowers on them. How do flowers help a plant survive and live? Here are some other types of flowers too. On this plant we can see a few different plant parts. We see this flower bud. Here is our stem. We have these. And then we also have those. What do you think these are? When I look at this plant, I see stems and I see fruit, but I don't see leaves. I see leaves that have fallen from other things. Do you see leaves? Here is another plant that doesn't have leaves that I think of as leaves. What do you think? What part of the plant are these needles? What do you think these needles do for the plant? Here is a very cool looking leaf. Definitely bigger than my hand. And this is a stem, I think, because it's holding the leaf to the roots. But this stem looks so different from this stem. What does a stem do for our plants? Walking through my neighborhood, I found this park. Let's see what plants we can find in the park and see their plant parts. In the park, I found this huge tree. And I also found smaller plants. So this is a plant we're familiar with called grass. I pulled some up so we could look at. So what parts do you see on this plant? Do you see leaves, a stem or roots? And how do you think these roots might look different from the tree's roots? Do they do the same things? This little piece of grass right here looks like it has seeds. What do these seeds do for the plant? Why do plants have this part? Here we have a plant that's missing some of its parts. Do you think this plant will be able to survive? I was pulling a plant up in the garden today and it had these roots. I knew they were roots because they were underneath the soil. What do the roots do for the plant? And why does this one have so many?